And that's one of the many things. I know we kind of went on a tangent, but retirement was like, I can't.
You broke your forearm in the Mike Perry fight.
Broke my forearm in that one. You guys called that one nice. You could tell by the way I was holding my hand funny, and I remember in between rounds going like this, and I could feel the bones crunching together on this side. And I told Duke, I was like, he's like, I know, baby, I know.
It's so common with those spinning back fists.
Yeah.
So common. You hit
and then
the
you know
forehead.
what's dumber is throwing it like 8 more times in the same fight. And I remember I think it was you and Dom, like, oh God, stop throwing that arm.
How
but
many
it's
people
instinctual.
have done that? So many people have shattered their forearm.
Dom had done that in training.
Really?
Which is why when he's calling with you, he's going, oh,
Wincing.
because he knows exactly what it feels like. Yeah. Stupid, man.
Yeah, spinning back fist and catching that forearm to the forehead.
Right on the forehead.
Common.
Just snaps it in half.
I mean, it's such a, obviously,
your forehead
vulnerable.
is freaking dense.
Yeah, you get that. You get a lot of breaks from checking kicks incorrectly or blocking kicks incorrectly.
I love that. You know what I regret never getting injury-wise? I know it sounds silly to say, but the slices on the shin that you see all these guys getting from checking kicks, and your shin is just like pouring blood.
Bro, whose shins are harder than Jan Blachowicz? That Ankalaev fight, he's just like going shin to shin with him.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, man.
It's Polish guys, man.
But it's him. I don't know if it's all Polish guys, but that motherfucker made out of wood.
Yeah.
He's different.
Yeah,
he just went shin to shin with him.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, that was very, very impressive. Because we were like, this is crazy.
That hurts, man.
Yeah.
You've gone shin. It hurts.
Horrible. And he's just cracking them.
Yeah.
Just getting in there with it.
It's like baseball, 2 baseball bats just.
Yeah.
And people, it's like you when you see people kind of criticize, the leg kicks, they're not that bad. It's like,
oh, you don't know.
Bro, you have no idea.
Anybody who says that, let me kick you.
Just one time.
Just let me kick you one time.
One time.
I won't even do it all the way.
No.
I'll kick 20%? you 50%.
Yeah, not even 20. Give somebody 20%.
They deserve 50.
Imagine the calf kick. Give him just 20% of a calf kick. It's like, do you like walking?
I've only been calf kick fucking around. I never calf kicked either in training or in a fight because there was no calf kicks back then. Like Bisping told me he went his entire career without getting calf kicks.
No, of course, yeah.
Which is crazy.
The first time that I had the first time I ever experienced it was when I fought you remember Mark Stevens from The Ultimate Fighter? No. Way back in the day, he was on like Team Koscheck. I fought him outside of the UFC before I got in, and he was training down at ATT. And those guys have been throwing that calf kick for a long time, and he probably landed about 4 or 5. And I remember thinking, like, what is he doing? He's missing my thigh.
Right.
But then I remember like kind of moving around in the second round, like, holy shit, this is cramping up really bad. And luckily I got him out of there. But that was the first. And then Dan Hooker was the other time that I'd really been.
He's very good at it. He's very good at it.
Because he just places it.
Mm-hmm.
He just touches you. And you're like, oh, that wasn't that hard.
Benson Henderson was the first.
Yeah.
He was the first guy that I ever saw use it in the UFC.
He also would punch you in the thigh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how effective that one was.
Anderson used to do that too for fucking around. But Benson was the first guy that I ever saw that like regularly threw calf kicks. But for whatever reason, it didn't have the kind of effect that you're seeing with guys now. Where I don't know what it is.
I don't know if they're placing it more effectively on, because where it really hurts is like right next to your shin bone. Like that, just all that the meat and the nerves that goes right along the bone. So it looks like a lot of times you'll hear guys, oh, nice check. It's like he didn't check that. Because it just has to touch that muscle on the side of your shin bone. So it looks like you checked it.
Yeah. Well, I think the casuals got woken up to it in the Dustin Poirier-Conor McGregor fight. Yeah. In that fight where you just see how he's just so compromised. And even fights where you don't think that a guy's compromised, like Adesanya Pereira. Israel said after the fight, he's like, you fucked my leg up. My leg was useless.
Watch it in the replay. Yep. I didn't notice it even because I was upstairs watching it. And then when they started showing the highlights later on, I was like, wow, he like went down from the one check too. So he checked it really weird. And
he kind of like
got
tripped
kicked
over his foot and then went down. So we said, oh, he just stumbled. But it was really because his leg wasn't working well anymore.
Already. Yeah.
It was the first round. I went and I've watched that fight several times. And
apparently so has Alex Pereira made Glover watch it every time he comes over. Apparently he puts it on. Yeah.
I watched it again, and it's that first round. That first round, he fucking really chops at it. He's got a very strange style. It's very uniquely
Pereira?
his, yeah. The stand-up style, it's very different. Like his hands, he stands like this.
He's just freakishly long and big for that weight class.
And his power is preposterous.
You ever see some of those guys? Like when you look at certain skinny guys, and I'm not calling him, he's not like
he's lean.
But he's lean. And
tall and lean.
Those guys are the guys I worry about. Because it's those guys that hit freakishly hard, that it's the big muscle guys, you know that guy's going to hit you hard. But it's these sneaky, tall, lean guys,
those Tommy Hearns looking dudes.
Yeah, and they when they turn into those hooks, his left hook.
So much torque and leverage. His fucking left hook is a thing of beauty, man. It really is. I mean, his everything is fucking sick.
Scary dude.
He's such a scary guy. And the high-level kickboxing experience that he has, like coming over from Glory. I'm very interested to see what Israel does different in the second fight, but I'm really interested in seeing him against someone who can wrestle. That's what I'm really interested in.
I was just going to say, it's kind of working out perfectly for Alex, where you get another shot.
Yeah.
You get to go and face Israel again. That's the best matchup for you. You got a guy that is probably going to stand with you for as long as the fight lasts.
Yeah.
When he's really going to get challenged is when he has somebody that's going to say, that
Marvin Vettori.
I'm going to grapple your ass. I'm going to pressure you up against the fence. And for guys like Vettori, it's got to be like, all right, they want him to stay the champ.
Yeah.
Because Izzy already had their number, and he's been there. But as long as Pereira's in there, another kickboxer, but with a different style, maybe not as much experience in the grappling department, they're chomping at the bit to get in there. Well,
not necessarily chomping. He's
yeah.
fucking scary. Robert Whitaker. Whitaker's very well-rounded. He's an interesting matchup for him. There's very good matchups in that 185-pound division, but in my opinion, what's interesting is he's a specialist. He's like a pure specialist.
Yeah.
I mean, he can grapple a little bit, but that's not what he wants to do. He wants to knock your fucking head into the bleachers.
Yeah, and you know it going in. You know that's what he wants to do to you. He just try to. I mean, Izzy was winning that fight, and he still got him out of there.
Yep. Well,
I couldn't believe it. I remember even saying to the people when we were watching it up in the ESPN desk, we're like, man, could you imagine if he pulls it off here in the end? And he fucking did it.
Yeah, he did it.